Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I had every intention of posting another video today. However, I posted an Instagram reel a couple of days ago highlighting the summer sale at Dermstore. The Instagram post was sponsored. I am a Dermstore partner, so I often get on Instagram and do post in partnership with Dermstore highlighting sales or products. However, this video is not. They have no idea that I'm doing this video. They did not ask me to do this video, but the look that I had on in that reel, I liked so much throughout the day and the next day when I did the exact same look that I wanted to come on here and highlight it for those of y'all who don't follow me on Instagram, don't have Instagram, because it was such a pretty look. So that's what I'm doing today. The post was more focusing on like a summer base. So I'm not gonna do eyeshadow today. I have not been doing eyeshadow for the past few days and I really like the look, the fresh, awake look. And if I do eyeshadow, it's gonna be like a wash of color and not much else. Nothing too extravagant. I just feel like it's very summer appropriate. So let's go ahead and jump in. All of these products are currently on sale to the end of May for Dermstore's summer sale. They are up to 20% off, and I believe all the products that I'm using today specifically are 20% off. So I will have the link to that sale with the coupon code that gets you the 20% off down below. But we're gonna start out obviously with face since I'm not doing eyes. And I mixed two products for the face. The Estee Lauder Futurist Skin Tint Serum, which I don't know that I've ever actually even shown on camera before. This is in the shade 2-in-1 Desert Beige. It's a tad light for me. So I mixed in the By Terry Brightening CC Serum in Sunny Flash. And to me, y'all, this is the OG of bronzing serums, bronzing drops, liquid bronzers. I looked it up and this came out in 2014. And to my knowledge, the bronzing craze that was started by the Drunk Elephant bronzing drops didn't start until like 2018. And then it kind of died off and had a resurgence. So to me, this is the original. So what I did was I mixed the two. I do really like the Futurist Skin Tint Serum. Again, I just find that I mix it with other products, either something like this or a darker foundation, because it is just a little lighter than I typically go. So I'm gonna put, I don't know, probably 4 drops and then a couple pumps of the By Terry. That together. The By Terry does not have any like visible glitter or shimmer or anything like that. It's really pretty as a base, like a primer per se. If you wanted to put like another foundation on top of it, it's really pretty under a powder foundation. It's obviously very pretty mixed in. You could use it on its own as a bronzer. And this skin tint is a skin tint. I get light to medium coverage out of it. My youngest daughter my oldest daughter has like her own stuff upstairs, and my youngest does too. But my youngest will often come in here and try out new stuff. I have a lot of foundations, a lot. It's one of my favorite categories of makeup. I love trying new ones. And she still says that this particular one is her favorite. I just really like the finish that those two give together. And I even put the same tank top on for y'all in case you saw that Instagram video. It is definitely a different day. Just decided to wear the exact same thing. I use the By Terry Terribly Denseless Concealer. I've talked about this more than a few times on my channel. I really like it. I am in the shade number 4, Medium Peach. And this does have a little bit of a peachy undertone, which only serves to cover up my darkness better. However, I would not consider this a full coverage concealer by any means. It is very serum-like in consistency, extremely lightweight, very pretty, but no more than medium coverage. This is not gonna be a full coverage concealer, but honestly, for a like fresh summer look, y'all know I don't really like something super full coverage anyways. It just doesn't match the vibe. For bronzer and blush, I use cream products. So before I go in with any kind of powder to set, let's do that. I recently ordered the RMS Beauty some of the simplest words are so hard for me. Buriti bronzer, and it is their cream bronzer. I have had this before, but it's been years. I have been so stuck on loving the RMS powder products, especially their new powder bronzer that came out, that I just forget about their original cream products. This is, I'm using the Merit foundation brush, going straight in and then stippling it in to the areas that I want bronzed. This is a gorgeous, true to tan looking bronzer, meaning if I were to go outside and tan my face, which I never would, but if I were, I feel like this is the tone that it would be. It has a little bit of redness in it. It is not warm by any means. And again, that redness alludes to actual sun on the face. And again, it's very easily stippled in. And as much of a natural bronzed look as you can get, knowing that you obtained it with makeup. I am going to use a cream blush by Jane Iredale. This is their blush stick in Fervor. Out of all the blush stick shades, this and Mist are my favorite shades. I do like them all, but I honestly reach for those the most. And if I reached for one over the other, it would be this Fervor. Just because it's a very pretty peachy shade, which I tend to gravitate towards when it comes to blush colors. You could stripe this on the cheek and then blend out, but I like just going straight from the blush and then stippling it in. For cream highlight, I'm gonna use one that is new to me that I ordered from Dermstore that I had never tried before, the By Terry Brightening CC Luminizer. I really like this one, y'all. If you are someone who likes a very, very, very natural highlight, one with no discernible shimmer, sparkle, anything, just a legit sheen on your face, this is definitely it. It comes with a brush applicator, and then you just pump the product up, and I just make sure there's, maybe that's a little too much, and kind of brush it on the high points of the cheek. And then I can tap it in with my fingers. I typically just will pick up the concealer brush that I used and just tap that in. It looks almost yellow, like when you first brush it on, but it doesn't appear that way when you blend it out. It's just this really pretty sheen. And obviously you don't have to keep it just on your cheekbones. If you like to do your nose, or even, I'm gonna put a separate body product on, or you could do it like on your collarbones. I really like that. And then for powder, I'm gonna take the Glow Skin Beauty foundation powder. This is their press base. This is in the shade Honey Light, which I've had for a very long time. I've talked about this multiple times. I love using this on its own. I love using it to set. This is my Sigma Soft Sculpt F11, which I've been loving for powder lately. And I'm really just going to strategically place this in the areas that I don't want any shine. So on my nose, on the sides of my nose, my chin, and really just the middle of my forehead and in between my brows. I used so many, really all cream products, that I don't want to take away the pretty finish that they give to a face, but I also don't want to look sweaty throughout the day. So this is how I compromise, by setting it in certain areas. And again, great foundation powder on its own. I love this over their tinted primer, which I've done a whole video on. I'll put it up in a card, or I love it for how I used it today. That's it for the summer base. I did include mascara in the Instagram video, so I will do that here, but that's all I did for the eyes, and I kept it that way all day, and again, I just really liked it. This mascara is new to me. It is from Grande Cosmetics, and it is Grande Fanatic Fanning and Curling Mascara infused with wide lash. Now, when you go and look at what wide lash is, it is a mixture of glycerin, panthenol, and a tripeptide, which is a biotin peptide, and it is supposed to help your lashes look longer and fuller with continued use. I think their study was over a 28-day period. But it is also for curling, lifting, and lengthening. I do curl my lashes, but when I wore this, I didn't have any issues with them falling. It's a pretty large brush, and it has plastic bristles, which is admittedly not my favorite. I do prefer the more brush bristles. Y'all, I don't know. Every video I get worse, I feel like. But this still worked out now because I don't have any eyeshadow on. And even when I do, but especially because I look down into a mirror as far as I can to help the mascara not to transfer onto my lids, because with eyeshadow, if that happens, you know, it can be like blended in. If it happens here, then I have to wait for it to dry out and then flake it off. It's just gonna be more noticeable. So as long as I look down into a mirror, it's fine. That's 2 coats. I do feel like this gives a little bit more volume than it does length, but it still makes the lashes look good no matter what. Now, for lips, I just used a lip gloss in that video. I'm gonna use it with a lip liner this time to give a little bit more color. For those of y'all that say you wish I would wear more color, it's not gonna give it a ton, so don't get too excited. But this you can't get on Dermstore. It's the Lawless Forget the Filler Definer Liner in Rosewood. And then the gloss is, and I think this is fairly new, this is from Stila. I have not tried anything from Stila in forever. And it's called the Heaven's Dew Lip Oil, Gel Lip Oil. And I have the shade Kitten Comet, which is a rose gold luster. And this really is more of a gel consistency than it is an oil consistency. It's more of like a clear gloss with a very slight tint. But do you see that? The shine, y'all. I actually do like this one a lot. The last step that I did on Instagram was use this Bronze Goddess Estee Lauder Shimmering Jelly. This is a new body product, and I pumped this onto a big duo fiber brush and really concentrated it mostly on my décolleté. Maybe a little bit left over like on my shoulders. It is very almost oily looking, which I really love during the summer. It does have sparkle in it, so you are gonna see glitter if you get like really up close and personal to my chest. But if you are standing a normal length away from a person, then you're really just gonna see this like very pretty sheen to the skin. And one thing I did not include in the Instagram video that I should have, because I didn't know for the longest time that Dermstore carried perfume, but they do. And I had ordered this maybe 2 Dermstore orders ago. And this is the Juliet Has a Gun Lipstick Fever Travel Spray. And this is a lipsticky, rose, waxy scent. Like it smells, it's that traditional like makeup smell, which I love. And this one and Lust for Sun are the 2 longest lasting Juliet Has a Gun scents on me. So like that, and wanted to make you aware that you can get fragrances there too. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, I will have everything listed and linked below. Let me know if you have any questions. Be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. And I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.